I love the book of Philippians, chapter 2. It says this: so if there's any encouragement in Christ, if any comfort from his love, if any participation in the Spirit, if any affection and sympathy, complete my joy by being of the same mind, having the same love, being in full accord of one mind. Do nothing, here it is, do nothing out of selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others as more significant than yourselves. Each of you should look not only to your own interests, but also to the interests of others. Have this mind among yourself, which was in Christ Jesus, who, though he was in the form of God, did not count equality with God a thing to be grasped, but emptied himself, taking the form of a servant, being born in the likeness of a man and being found in human form, he humbled himself, became obedient to the point of death, even death on a cross. Therefore God has highly exalted him and bestowed on him the name that is above every name. You catch that in there? It said if you want to pattern your life after Jesus, if you want to be like him, then we need to serve, because that's what defined Jesus' life. He did not consider himself he didn't puff himself up in his own estimation. Even though he was in the form of God, he did not count equality something to grasp, but he emptied himself. Jesus served people by truly caring for them, by reaching out to them, by looking at them, by acknowledging them, by touching the untouchables, and by giving dignity to the people who were not dignified in their culture. By loving enough to share the truth with people, but in sharing that truth, it was full of grace as well. Jesus truly lived every moment of his life in serving. I want to push into you a little bit this morning and say that the primary reason for you being gifted by God with the things that he's given you, the primary reason for you receiving the gifts you have was not for you to leverage it for your own kingdom, for you to make more money, for you to become more successful. Listen, that can happen. But the primary reason that God wired you the way he wired you was to serve in his kingdom, to be involved with the things that he wants you to be involved with, to serve. And when we serve, we really begin to understand how God wired us to operate. So what I'm trying to emphasize, friends, is this: listen, whatever your gifting is, don't look at other people's gifts and be like, well, I'm not skilled in that, I'm not skilled in that, so I must not have a place. No, you have a place. If you're breathing, then you've been given a gift by God to use in serving his kingdom. If you have breath in your lungs, you've been called to serve and to leverage whatever gift you've been given for his glory and his fame and his renown.